So yeah, at the last moment, he sort of like turns as he hears you, and he manages to get his glaive in the way of your blow, and just barely keep it from making contact.
Leaving it open
Cecilia?
for Cecilia.
Right. To come in over here and say, surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah, and you have advantage.
I mean, I'm gonna stop calling her Cecilia and start calling her like Kill-Stealia.
Kill-Stealia.
Yeah,
Holy
so
fucking-
once again,
Oh.
you notice the guy's defenses are down as he brought his glaive over to parry Manon's blow, and you just slide right behind him. And Manon, you just see a spear appear, like straight through the guy's mouth, basically, like a spear just comes protruding out, and then blood follows it as Cecilia kills him with a swift strike.
Hey, when you roll a low initiative, you just clean up.
You still have movement to just walk here and just kick his ass
Yeah,
with the
kick him.
bonus action.
Yeah.
Wait, kick the bowman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can
Yep.
like move and do that?
You don't
totally
just
can.
move though. You do fucking somersault.
I'm like, fucking ah!
Yeah, you
I don't
can-
have advantage on that though.
You can do
But
one
it still
attack
hits.
or two. You can do 2 attacks instead of 1.
Spend a key point.
Yep.
Well, let's see how
You
this
have
one
two?
goes. Maybe he's dead. I mean, let's just see how it goes.
Yeah, so basically you spear the guy who Manon was fighting, and then you just use the momentum of you ripping the spear out to basically do like a 360 as you move that direction, and you do a spinning kick that catches the gnoll like in the side of the face, knocks out like one of his teeth, but doesn't really, seem to,
Okay.
disable him in any way.
Of a
That
foot
warrants a
continues.
key point. Oh, hello.
So yeah, you basically like focus your inner chi or ki energy, and then find the right timing to hit him with another strike. Your follow-up punch catches him in the gut, and he sort of like lightly yelps. Which brings up Tinnen.
Does he have cover from me? From
Yeah.
this angle? Okay.
Complete total cover.
Oh, then I can't really hit him.
The briar patches are thick. They're not very tall. Like if you were up on the high ground, you could see over them fine, but
Well,
they are
however,
thick.
child.
If you were a human, you could
Yeah.
see over them.
How about here?
Yeah, there he would just have like normal cover from you.
Okay. Well, I can't really move more than that. Then he would just notice me. So I'm gonna shoot him now.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Uh, and then go over here and then stealth. Try to stealth again behind this bush.
Okay. Yeah, so you hired your little. You're gonna have to get prone to hide in that bush.
Okay.
As tiny as you are. But yeah, you hide your childlike body in the middle of the bush. Barrick
Has
is
experience.
unconscious.
I need to roll
Make
for
a make a death saving throw.
Yay. All right. I just press death saves, right?
Yeah, that'll do it.
Wow.
Ooh, that's bad.
Not Barrack, he's the coolest character.
So roll a
No.
d6 as you're bleeding out. Okay, you drop to -5.
Okay.
So yeah, if you hit -10, you're straight up dead.
Yeah.
So if you fail
Cool.
another one and were to roll a 5 or higher, you will die.
In my next turn, can I kind of like try and stabilize him?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
So this guy drops his bow, pulls out his scimitar, and makes a slash at you, Cecilia. EC 15.
Yeah, that hits.
So he does 7 points of damage as he slashes you with a scimitar.
I'm at 2 points of health then.
So yeah, roll a d20 to see where he hit you. It's right leg. Roll a d20 plus 2 to see how bad it is. So he caught you in the knee. You fall prone, and it's going to cost you an additional 5 feet of movement to stand from prone.
5 feet. Okay.
Yep, but that 5 feet thing is not temporary. Like that's an ongoing thing. Your knee is like very badly injured.
So every time I want to stand up from prone.
Yep, it's an additional
Okay.
5 feet of movement.
Right.
For now, until she gets healed, right?
Permanent.
You're not sure. I mean, basically the scimitar caught you on the inside of the knee, and it seems to have cut like a serious amount of tendons in your knee. And like as you go to stand up, you feel an incredible amount of pain, like as you go to put weight on it. So you're not sure.
We'll put it down after this.
My racing days are over.
Shoot him.
Phoebus? Yep, that hits.
And I'll stand up.
Yep, you can see I'm a little bit clearer now. Manon?
I move directly to Barrack and try and stabilize him.
Let's make a medicine check. It's a medicine check. Okay, yeah, it's DC 10. So yeah, you stop bleeding out, Barrack, but you're still at -5. So you manage to like basically get his wounds. You apply enough pressure, get some cloth, whatnot on there. Unless you have a healer's kit.
Unless it's in my like monkey
Priest.
backpack, my priest backpack. Then no.
So you just managed to stabilize him. Cecilia?
I'm gonna stab this guy. What, can I stab someone from prone, or
You can just stand
should I
up.
stand? Yeah, I'm not moving anyway, so I might as well stand up. He's a little guy though.
Yep, that hits as you stab him with the spear.
If he's still alive, I would like to make a martial attack on him.
Yeah, he's still alive. And he's just barely still standing. He has a massive spear wound in his gut. You've knocked out a number of his teeth with your blows. But he's still barely on his feet. A little bit wobbly.
Final key point.
Tidden's got a turn.
Yeah, so is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Tinnen?
Try to kill Cell.
Yeah, that hits. And I mean, he had barely anything left, right? So as soon as your dagger or your
Short bow.
arrow, yeah, hits him, he just falls over dead.
We don't see any fives, but we know he's dead.
It's too clean of a
He's
kill.
not super dead.
Back onto the cliff for sleepy time.
I'm
I suggest we
thinking,
get the goods on the cart and move
yeah,
as soon as possible.
Me, Barrett, and Cecilia can sleep on the cart. You drive us home.
Yes.
What does it look like these goods have? I mean, if we're loading them up, do we notice what they are?
Yeah, it's an assortment of different just sort of like things that you would expect to be, traveling between towns, like random, not all that dissimilar from what you guys delivered, but there's like a lot more stuff that was definitely intended for the blacksmith, like pieces of iron or not iron, but like bronze and like some like hilts, chunks of wood that could be turned into halves and you know all that sort of thing.
I loot the bodies.
So on the big guy, you find a glaive and a let's see, a glaive, a longbow, and a chain shirt.
No
On
gold.
the um no, not on him, but you do find a chest in the trade goods. And it has a shitload of copper and silver in it, as well as three glass bottles with corks in them, with like a clear liquid inside, and also some sort of red jewel.
Let me write this down. Could we get like a party loot handout, please?
Yeah.
Just so we can write down stuff we find and then divvy up. Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Make sure you write where everything is that you put on the treasure. So who's holding it, if it's on a cart, etc.
I'll for now we'll put it on the card.
I did, however, take everything from the boss.
Yeah, for now we'll just leave it on the card and then decide what to do with it. So it's full of copper and silver, right?
Yeah, there's a chest that's just like filled up with tons and tons of copper and silver, and then at the very top is like a red garnet and three clear glass bottles that are corked and have some sort of like clear, almost slightly milky liquid inside of them.
Ew.
What's the color of the liquid?
It's clear and slightly milky, so
Okay,
it's not
okay.
perfectly translucent.
Okay.
And then you also got a longbow, a glaive, a chain shirt, another longbow, a scimitar, and hide armor.
Okay.
I take some of the
Noted.
teeth from the dog.
All right, roll survival.
Roll dentistry.
So you guys see Manon walks up to the dog with his hammer and just starts bashing at its jaw, breaking the jaw into, many pieces and causing a number of the teeth to fall out. You now have a bunch of broken teeth.
Perfect.
You have an obsession with teeth.
Broken teeth. They may be useful. We can create caltraps.
Well, rest up. I have to drive.
I'll sleep with Barak.
Hmm.
Wow. All right.
For warmth.
Well, I literally can't say no, so.
God.
So somebody roll me a random encounter die to see if anything interrupts your loading of the cart. Nope. So you guys hear some strange noises, but nothing approaches you as you load all of the goods onto the cart and then start making your way back towards the road.
We are going to Bronze Gate, right?
Yeah.
To the blacksmith.
Yep.
We do know
Okay.
the Red Cloak people are from, well, at least currently there. We need to talk
So
to
roll
them.
me two random encounter.
Oh,
Ooh, so close.
we might want to talk to Eleanor. Let me remember her name again.
Lady something is what I
Lady
call her.
Elon. She's the priest that in Bronze Gate, so we might talk to her since she seemed more legal, I guess.
So you guys come rolling into Bronze Gate. It's
Is Barry
probably
conscious by now?
like midday. Yeah, it's been 2 days. So Barrack has regained, all of his spells a couple of times. So you could have likely healed everyone near full. You can just roll for it though, if you guys want.
I'm at full after the first night.
But all you have to do is heal people up to 10 or more each, and then they can use their hit dice on the trip back. So everybody should be at full by the time you get back with the number of magical healers that you have in your party.
Even me? I'm at like 40.
After a long rest, you regain all hit points lost.
Really?
Do?
Yep.
What? Oh, like a long rest. What? Okay.
Yeah.
So-
Well,
No.
yeah,
I
I
can't
may. I think you can just spend hit dice, right?
Hit dice is for short rests.
I think
Long
you recover
rests,
your hit
you
dice
recover.
when you make a long rest.
On a long rest, you recover half your hit dice, and you recover all hit points. On a short rest, you get to spend hit dice.
I mean, that just sounds weird and overpowered that you get all hit points.
Yeah, but it also means you can get into more shit more frequently instead of just moping around for days.
Yeah, but you're close to death and then you sleep for 8 hours and you're fine. I mean, that's weird.
But we got you
It's-
back to plus 10, right?
You need to get to 10 plus first,
Well, yeah.
which is easy because you have magic.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna house roll that you don't get all your hit points back when you complete a long rest.
Yeah, that makes sense because like the other way doesn't make sense at all.
Or
But
maybe it
even
makes
then,
sense for like the more standard D&D settings, but not for this one, in my opinion.
Okay.
So, I mean, do we have to roll for exactly how much people have been healed and things like that?
Yeah, just roll up the spells that you would have been able to use, and then roll up the hit dice, and then that's how many hit points you get back.
Do I get 2 or 4 spells a day? Was it?
3.
Depends on your level. So
Right,
there's a
3.
chart for your class that'll tell you.
Those are my 3 for my first day. It was 2 days to get back.
Yep, you'll arrive on the second day.
Well,
So those are mine.
I gave Bermuda both of my 2 4 touches.
Which
The rest
makes-
are for me.
Which brings me to 10.
I mean, if I take all of my first ones, I'm at 29.
Yeah, but after a few short, long rests, you should have healed even more without the magic.
So how does the hit dice work? Because I'm at 1 right now.
Hit dice are recovered after a long rest, at the end of the long rest.
And I think I have 2 total, right?
Yes.
We all have 2 total or what?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Your hit dice are equal to your level.
Oh yeah, maybe I
Yeah.
shouldn't have used my second day's spells then. I should have used my hit time.
So my second day spells can go to party members.
I'm at full by the time we get there.
I need the one of them, so I take the first spell, and I'm full.
Just
I'll
take
I'll take the second spell.
And Cecilia, after like 2 days of everything, your knee, every time you go to stand, still you wince with a little bit of pain.
Mm-hmm.
So do I still have 1 spell left then, or do I just heal nothing? Like the third one.
I mean, you
No
presumably
one
stop
needed
if you
Yeah.
don't have anyone to heal.
Yeah.
So you guys come rolling into town, fully healed up with a large number of, both magical healing spells and a lot of rest.
During that time, I would be looking at the chest. Does it have like any identifiable marks on it?
No, it just looks like a normal wooden and bronze chest. If you take the time to count the coin, I can tell you how much copper and silver is in there.
Yeah, well, while the humans are resting, I would count them up.
As it's 900 copper and 240 silver.
Okay, let me add that in. 900 copper, correct?
And 240 silver.
Okay.
All told, the chest and everything weighs about 40, 50 pounds.
Is there a way besides magic to identify the liquids?
In Arcana, you
Smell
could
it,
try to do
taste
an
it.
Arcana check if you're proficient in Arcana.
I am not.
So, I mean, to you, it's just some sort of liquid. You've heard of alchemists storing concoctions that can do all sorts of things in these types of bottles, but you have no idea what this could be.
What does it smell like?
like a faint smell of almost like concentrated plant material of some kind, but you can't place what kind.
I mean, let's just take it to the lady. She'll know or something.
You guys have arrived in town. Where are you heading?
Head to the temple or wherever she is. Elan is.
How about we stop first at the
Blacksmith.
blacksmith, delivering the goods?
Yeah, we could do that.
So yeah, you find the blacksmith at his shop, forging some weapons as you arrive. In between swings, he looks up. Oh, back already?
Yes, I believe we have your goods.
Outstanding. Let me get your gold. And he stops what he's doing, drops like half forged sword blade into a bucket of water that hisses as the hot metal enters it, and he goes off and shuffles through his things and eventually pulls out a sack. I suppose you have them out front then.
Yes, we'll unload the goods.
Very well. And he hands you, Phoebus, the sack of gold, as you seem to be speaking for the party.
Okay. I will. No, I'll unload the cart.
Yep, and he gives you a hand. It doesn't take too long.
Is all of this yours, or I mean, is some other people's goods mixed up in here?
So as you guys are offloading it, a majority of what you brought he does claim as his own, but there are like a number of goods of like grain and just like random things that like obviously aren't his and he doesn't claim.
Okay.
I presume that he didn't take the chest, or did he?
Did you offer him the chest?
No,
Was
no,
it
no,
on the
no,
thing?
no.
No,
I'm just wondering.
the chest
Well,
is ours.
if you didn't show him and give him the chest, he wouldn't have an opportunity to take it.
Okay.
I guess the rest of the things belong to the general goods store. It looks like stuff we've delivered before, right? When
Yeah,
we first
exactly.
came. Yeah, I guess we can go to the general goods store and drop these off.
Yeah, he's surprised to see you. And he doesn't actually even seem to like think that they're his, but he's more than willing to take them off your hands for a bit of silver.
Sure.
How much silver? And was that 50 gold like split between all of us, or like 10 gold?
I have it written down in the party treasure for now, and then we can divvy it up.
Yeah, it was 50 gold total, and he gives you 10 silver for the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, I'm writing all these down in the party treasure, so we can decide what to do with it later.
Also,
well,
you
there's
get
no
some
question. It's
experience.
just split between the 5 of us.
Come again?
You get some experience for killing the gnolls.
No, I meant Bermuda.
Yeah, I said there's no question. You just split it between the 5 of us.
Yes. We've done the job together. We deserve to divvy these 50 coins fairly.
All right, so for clearing out or killing those last 3 people from the Null Cave and returning the goods, you guys split 1,000 experience. There's how many of you?
5.
So 200 experience apiece.
I think that's a level up.
No, 200 more.
Okay.
We level up at 900.
Yeah, I thought it was 300, 600, 900 at the start.
I would like to go buy a herbalism kit.
Okay,
So-
as long as it's 25 GP or less, you can find
Uh,
that in the adventuring goods store.
It's 5.
Yeah,
So-
no problem.
So yeah, those 50 gold, it's 10 gold each.
Manon, sadly, I can give you all of the gold that we got, but I can give you half of it for a payment, since you loan me a bit of gold.
Yes, I will happily accept 5 gold pieces from you for the moment.
Yeah, and then I slip 1 copper extra in it just because.
I drop it on the floor.
It's
I
on the
need
floor
your
then.
handout. No.
Should we head toward what was it, Elon, or should we rest first? Since we already rest like a lot before we head here. So how about it, Lady Elon?
For what?
The
About
potions. Or
that,
whatever that is.
and
Oh,
also
yes.
the business
Um,
with John, or John Hill. Yeah, John Hill. She maybe know more. Maybe she want to know about the incident. Right. I'm thinking the man in red cloak is the people here. What was it? The blood something.
Bloodsworn.
Bloodsworn, yeah.
Well, might as well do it while the sun's still up.
Oh, would I be able to have a look for a medical kit? Did you say there was a thing I can buy?
Healer's kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it's 25 GP or less in the like adventuring goods section of the player's handbook, the store here will have it.
Well, I guess we go see Lady Elon.
Elon.
I have trouble with names.
Me
Lady
too.
Allen.
It would have been easier, maybe.
So you head over to the main stone building in town, and once again you're greeted by the monk who seems to tend to the different like spots of worship to the many different gods inside the main hall there. How may I help you today?
We are looking for Lady Elon.
The lady is out at the moment. She should return at some point today. Perhaps you would like to speak with Lord Alon?
Lord Elon?
Yes, the lady's brother.
Oh. Is he versed in the magical arts?
I believe he has some knowledge of that realm, as he gives you sort of an odd look, like a quizzical look, wondering what this could be pertaining to.
Then, yes, Lord Elon would do just fine.
Please wait here one moment. And he disappears into the tower behind the big bronze and wood door. And then a few moments later, he comes out and ushers you into the tower.
I
go
follow.
Yeah, you guys all follow him, and you go up like one level, where you're greeted by a gentleman you actually saw in the bronze tankard when you first went there. He was one of the guys in the blue silks, and he is, similarly dressed today, very fine clothing. And he looks up and says, Radikir said that you needed more help with something.
Yes, Lord Delon. We've come to inform you. Well, it would be your sister, but anyway, inform that we have helped the town's blacksmith successfully.
Oh, that's very good to hear. I'm glad you could help him out.
We found these 3 vials, and I put them in front of him on the desk. I was wondering if you could maybe tell us what they are.
Let me see here. More my sister's department, but I can take a look. And so he pops open the corks and like smells each one. He's like, seem to be the same concoction, whatever they are. Like basically like dips his pinky in, like takes a slight taste, sort of thinks to himself for a moment. Oh, you got yourselves 3 healing potions.
Wonderful news.
He corks it and hands them back to you. Was that all you needed help with?
No, there's also the matter of a gentleman named John Hill. It seems that he was attacked on his way from Storm's End? Is that the name of the place?
Stonegate.
Storm's End, right? The big castle to the south.
And one of his bodyguards was found in the cave we have attacked near death, and before he breathed his last, informed us that a group of men in red attacked Mr. Hill.
Oh, I'm not surprised to hear that. I'd be careful who you tell that to, though. That story could be more trouble than it's worth, if you know what I mean.
Yes. I would inquire you if you know where the headquarters of these gentlemen is.
As much as I keep tabs on them here in Bronzegate, I try to keep my nose out of the Bloodsworn's business whenever I can. Can't tell you where their headquarters or their hideout is, wherever it is.
Pity, because it seems that they've taken Mr. Hill there.
John Hill. What?
Do you know
Well,
him?
you know, I don't. Bastard from the Westerlands are not gonna find a lot of people worrying over him. I wouldn't think. You said he had guards, though.
Yes, he was accompanied by guards, all traveling, and they were attacked.
Pretty well financed for a bastard, don't you think?
Well, that's not other
You
people's
sure his last
money.
name was Hill? Maybe you misheard.
I'm trying to remember. Was that what we heard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, can't say I know any wealthy bastards. He starts chuckling.
Well, other people's money is not my problem, Lord Elon. But he did pay us for a job, and now we intend on seeing it through.
And you think the Bloodsworn have taken this man?
That was what his bodyguard told in his last words.
Oh, he's dead now.
Yes, he succumbed to injuries.
I see. Well, like I said, I try to keep my nose out of the Bloodsworn's business if it doesn't involve Bronzegate. If I come across any information and you're still in town, I'll have Roderick and one of the other, some of the other help flag you down and let you know what we found.
That would be much appreciated.
Don't expect anything, though.
I don't.
Goes back to like writing a letter. If there's anything else.
That is all, Lord Elon. Thank you.
Good day to you.
Well, unless the town has any other jobs.
We already
You could
have
ask
one.
around.
Thank you.
Good day.
Good day. Let's
Good
head
day.
out. As we head out like the building, I guess I can say, well, if we get ourselves situated, I can try and find a location. If I don't know if I can do it, but I can try. Although not alone, for certain reason.
By the way, did you find hide armor before, right?
Yes.
But it's Noel size, I guess.
Yep, it's all fit for Knowles and smells like Knoll.
Could I perhaps hand that in to the blacksmith or a tanner or something and combine that with my bear cloak to like make a proper hide armor? Well, my bear hide, I guess.
Oh, you want to have it refit? Yeah, you can have it refit for like 25% the cost of normal hide armor.
I think he wants it to contain bear parts, so it looks like he's wearing bear armor.
Yeah.
Oh, you already
a bit of
have
fur.
hide armor?
No, he just has a
No.
bear hide.
And we have that hide armor that's not.
Yeah,
you know,
so you can have that
fine.
made, but he's going to charge you 25% of the cost of hide armor.
Yeah.
To put it together with all your parts. And you'll have, bear hide armor, which will have the normal AC of regular hide armor, but be extra cool because it's made out of bear.
I can't find this PDF is bad for searching.
What do you want?
Hide armor.
Let me check. Hide armor is 10 gold.
It's just 10 gold.
Yep.
The
Very
2.5
cheap.
gold would be how much you charge you.
What? 2.5, yeah?
Yep, which is about $250, dollars in this world.
I'd do it.
Yeah, you got yourself a set of hide armor.
Yeah.
Smells a little funny, but looks pretty cool.
We'll wash it in the water. It's fine.
What page is hide armor, by the way?
146.
Thanks.
I mean,
145 of the book, 146 of the PDF.
yeah.
I need ammo.
I suggest we buy more rations since we spent just 4 technically. Head there and then head back, and then maybe you guys buy ranged weapon if you can, just in case when that special moment turns up.
I fight the Iron Way. I do not fight with thrown or fired weapons.
Fair enough.
So you guys do some shopping. It's now like late afternoon, early evening. You no longer have rooms rented at the tavern.
Yeah, I only only ask for a night anyway.
So I guess the question is, are you staying in Bronze Gate for another day? Are you heading to another city? What is the party's plan of action?
So if we want to find their headquarters and all that, we have to pay. Well, we probably gonna stay in the inn, but or we can just continue on and see Felwood and what that gives us. Delivering this.
How about we kidnap one of the Red Cloaks and force him to tell us where his base is, or we chop off his head?
Let me ask you
That
this.
will work.
What do we do when we find their headquarters? We couldn't barely take on a cave full of gnolls.
And they are more, well, better equipped than us, presumably.
Well, gnolls are accustomed to bears. These guys won't be.
I like the way this human thinks.
We're all gonna die if we try to barge in there.
So does that mean you want us to go to Felwood instead, Cecilia, and dump basically all our stuff that we're supposed to transfer over there?
John Hill is the one who's supposed to pay us for the delivery.
Yeah, but wouldn't there be more than one people that would handle the job anyway?
I mean, if you want to try and get there, sure, you
Yeah.
can try. Maybe that's
Goddamn.
where they are situated. You never know.
I just don't think that we're able to take them on.
Also, they are secret ambassadors either, like already. So even if you kidnap one, I don't know if that one would be able to tell us. Although it might be something we want to do anyway.
I'm not saying we should forget about it. I'm just saying maybe it's something we keep in the backs of our minds. Maybe make some alliances with some other people who might be able to help us and things. Because I think if we go in on our own, it's just like that's the end of our lives right there.
Well, we need to rescue our employer, don't we? Or there's no money.
Again, I like the way this human thinks.
Thank
Do you know where he is?
Well, no. But again, that's our job. We need to find him.
Let's kidnap at least one of these people, and then we can maybe slowly work on murdering one or two of them every so often time we come past. Then after a while, this town will be ours.
For a man that heals, you are very violent.
Blood must come before healing, friend.
All right. So who do we murder? Or what are we doing?
Apparently capturing one of the Bloodsworn.
How about we get Barak really drunk at the nearest pub, and then he wanders out looking really drunk around the back of the pub, and when the Red Cloak people follow him, we murder them. Kidnap them.
Sounds like an idea.
I don't suggest we make too much of a mess in this little town.
However, I could spy on them in some sort of way. Like I could turn into a cat. But there's loads of cats here.
This town is full of pussy.
I mean, either way, let's head to the inn and then book ourselves a place to rest at least then.
All right.
How much
I
is
need
it per
ale.
room?
It's 2 gold a night per room.
Okay.
And you
We
could
sh-
reasonably fit like 4 people in a room.
We share again for this?
Yes, but let's be cheaper this time. last time I was too nice and it got me robbed.
Yes,
Yeah, I don't know
Cecilia
how
pays for her
obvious it
own.
was, but the reason those guys pickpocketed you had to do with the amount of gold you immediately like pulled out and threw down.
Cecilia
So-
pays for her own room.
What, want to share, Waterman?
Yes.
Guess it's
So you
me
guys
and you again,
find
Tinan.
You guys find the
Right.
bronze tankard, roaring with activity once again. There's a couple of bloodsworn at like one of the tables drinking ales. They definitely eye you as you
Do
enter.
I recognize them?
Other than that, you've seen them around town before, but they're not the two guys that ripped you off.
Okay.
Um,
Is one of them the guy that teach me stuff?
no, the barmaid takes your gold and gives you, like points out which rooms are yours, and then offers you, asks you if you'd like any dinner or ales.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, Cecilia.
Sounds lovely.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 1 silver piece for the dinner, which is just like a house stew, and then you can spend as much as you want on alcohol, but drinks are silver a piece as well.
I don't drink.
I spent 4 silver.
I'm too poor to drink.
I will have 2 drinks.
So yeah, just make sure you deduct the silver that you spend on food and ale. You guys have a number of rooms then for the night.
So do we not plan to kidnap any of these bloodsworn?
I mean, if we want to do it like in this town, we have to be more inconspicuous because for now, they are technically the town's guard in a way. Disturbing them is it's gonna be messy for us.
Maybe you would make more headway talking to the person that trained you.
Maybe. Wait, do they know that? Well, yeah, do they know that I technically trained with one of the plus one?
You don't know what they know.
No, I'm like the party. If they
Did
they
you
know?
tell them?
no, I just say I find a guy that trained me.
So we don't know.
Well, I mean, they know what you've told them. So.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, then maybe there's someone in town that you would be able to speak to.
I mean, all of us can speak to someone in town.
That is true.
I know you and your stealthy ways.
And I know you with your mace.
I am just as
and
stealthy as he is.
more, maybe even more.
I don't want to attack anyone that represents the law in the city. Mostly because a shout can go through the whole city on its own.
This is true.
Town.
So, for example, if you were to jump somebody like right behind the bronze tankard and they were to simply yell for help, someone way over here on the other side would probably hear that shout. And between there and the bronze tankard and the other side would be at minimum 5 bloodsworn and very likely more.
Yeah, so
That's not to say that it wouldn't be impossible to kidnap one of these guys. You just want to probably plan to do it not within earshot of half a dozen or a dozen of his buddies.
exactly.
I presume that we are like somewhere secluded and but I whisper in anyway. If, and this is a big if, we can whore one of us, whoever attract the bloodsworn, try and get him to our room, and then we can just ambush him there.
I have the ability to make an aura around me of 20 foot of complete silence.
There you go.
Useful.
I know some things. I could use
Oh
You
my
good at
god.
hand
magic
jobs?
to charm
Oh!
someone.
I was confused by
No,
what
no,
things
no.
you knew.
Not like that. I don't
Very
do
charming.
that kind of thing.
What is the specific of the spell that you are thinking?
I charm the person.
Okay. Phyllis,
Well-
you
It is known that they travel between here and Felwood. And what's the name of the other place?
Haystack Hall.
In Haystack Hall. So I suggest we rest for the night, go to Felwood. On the way to Felwood, we might cross paths with one or two of the Bloodsworn. You never know.
we could
In the
also
middle of the woods.
we could also go to the whorehouse and ask if they know if the Bloodsworn is planning to head there anytime soon. Maybe they would have information about that.
That's what they told us. They
Did
told
they?
us that they go between Felwood and Haystack Hall.
Lady Alon thought that if somebody took 50 gold off of you, which again in today's money would be like $5,000, that they likely skipped town to lay low for a couple of days because they would expect you. One, if you have that much money, you could hire someone to try to catch them. Two, if you have that much money and the kinds of weapons you guys have, you try to track them down yourselves, and they didn't want to get into a sword fight with like a bunch of dudes.
All right.
He expected that they would go to the nearest, one of the near two cities and lay low for a couple of days, let things blow over, and then go back to their roguish ways.
Also,
All
by
right,
going
then.
to Felwood, we might meet with someone that is acquainted with Mr. John Hill and get more information there.
Maybe even people that would willing to pay us to rescue him or whatever.
I think 100 gold is already enough, Tinin.
There's always more.
But I do not want to jump anyone in this town. It's too small.
So
I
we
mean-
rest and head out for Fellwood in the morning.
Yep.